Hello everybody and welcome to the Top Flight Computers YouTube channel. Now we're on Twitch now.
It is Twitch.
Welcome to the Top Flight Computers Twitch channel. I've had a long week, I'm tired, as you can tell. My name is Connor. I actually have a co-host this week.
Yep, I'm Andrew. I'm less tired than Connor.
Indeed.
You can see by how fast I'm talking.
And behind the camera is Chris, who's making a ungodly face that everyone
Twitch
sees.
looks terrible. Like the quality.
I mean,
wow.
Well, and just take yourself off the thing. It'll be fine.
Anyway, this week we're building Fresh Creation Station. So this is a workstation designed for 3D rendering and ray tracing. It's primarily designed for use in the customer's kitchen and bath design business for the software Chief Architect X13, which can now accommodate RTX ray tracing to accelerate rendering and lighting. I assume usually lighting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a speed test.
I wouldn't do a speed test. Then you'll probably kick us off.
All right, and then there we go. Now we're kicked off.
So this build is designed around a 12-core Ryzen 9 5900X.
Which is not coming forward.
Yep. And an RTX 3070 8GB graphics card, which apparently exists. We wouldn't know. I haven't been able to buy them. Yeah, they're still impossible. Nothing's changed. But that 5900X will be cooled by a Dark Rock Pro 4, which I have over here with me, and inserted to an Asus ROG STRIX B550F gaming Wi-Fi motherboard with 32GB of GSkill Ripjaws B3200 MHz.
I love how they
CL16.
add like RGB effect around it, but there's no actual RGB.
Yeah,
on
it's just
it.
the packaging.
It's just packaging.
We have two NVMe drives, both Gen 3 at 512GB and a 1TB from HP.
Oh, you're not on top of him. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. That RTX 3070 I mentioned is from EVJ, the XC3 model. A Enermax 850-watt power supply, the Revolution DF.
I took the sticker off on the front of it because it looked like they just put a sticker on it, and I
Yeah.
wanted to see if there was like 750 underneath it. And I'm very sad because there's nothing
That
on
would
it.
have been funny. But we determined this is not dual fan, it is instead. What does it say?
Like dust free.
That's right.
Dust free.
All that will be installed in this Corsair 4000D Airflow Black with some Noctua NFF12 Black.
Chris seems very anxious to tell us something. Yeah. What's your output?
I'm outing this 1080p by 60. Like it's the same thing. Let me go to the settings on Twitch.
And last time we were here, the other week, there was more people and we were pushing by.
That might just be an internet thing. I guess we'll just push forward. You can kind of see shapes of things, so.
I'm not doing a speed test.
Alright. Well, we're going to continue on.
Yeah, about 240p is fine. It might be 360.
Again, like I said, 8-bit.
Yeah, we're actually doing a throwback stream,
Yeah.
so it's like you're watching this on early DSL.
Please wait for the dial-up tone before you add any
Oh no,
comments.
that's 56K. We're not going that far.
Oh, we're not that
You
far.
would be waiting an hour for one frame.
Sure.
Is this so much reusable water bottle? Oh.
No, it's just a thing that I brought in water.
It looks reusable. What?
I like the size of those because you just drink one a day and then you're good. That's all your water you're supposed to drink.
Where are you buying from?
Food line. Harris Teeter, one of the two.
I meant to buy bottled water yesterday at Costco, but I didn't.
I
It's
would
like,
suggest.
it's like $4 for 40 bottles.
Yeah. I suggest life water actually.
Life water?
I was
I mean-
very skeptical, like, because that was the only one that they had at the gas station because we're out in the middle of the boonies, in the middle of the mountains, and they're like, obviously, the only thing is life water. When I tried it, and it's actually, like, there's no aftertaste, which is weird to say because it's water, but, like,
Yeah.
once you try it, you're like, wow, there's no aftertaste.
Yeah. I mostly just drink water from my Brita, but
That's what we do, too.
when I'm at home anyway, which is most of the time. Especially when it's 95 degrees outside.
Yeah, we don't go outside.
What is outside?
It's too hot.
It's the next level of the video game.
The way on the movies, we love our smart waters out here.
I saw a smart water commercial like yesterday with some celebrity. I'm trying to remember who it was. Oh, it was
Surprise me.
SNL. What's the guy's name? He's like the only funny guy in SNL. Well, one of two. The young Pete Davidson.
No, see, if you really want to watch something funny, and this is one of the greatest things ever, it's on Peacock.
Uh-huh.
It is Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg doing a review of the Olympics, and they do a day-by-day breakdown of what happens, and it is absolutely hilarious.
I still hold that they need to include a regular person in every Olympic
There's
event.
actually a law against that.
That's ridiculous.
Because so I was I
How can
saw
there be
that.
a law when it's an international committee?
They made a law about
You
it.
can't make a law when it's not in one country.
They made a rule about it.
Okay.
I should say. How about that?
Alright.
Because there's a gentleman that was in like long jump skiing or something like that, and he
Yeah.
was so bad. But his like country that he was from was didn't have anyone,
yeah.
so he kept competing, and he was literally like
I'm pretty sure
atrociously bad.
that was a movie.
I mean, this did happen, and then there's a certain rule about it. It's called like the Gary something law,
Yeah.
or rule, I should say. But
Yes, this will run Windows 11 because one of the features of this platform with Ryzen and B550 is TPM 2.0, Trusted Platform Module.
yes, it's one of these chips somewhere. And I don't
It's on
actually
the
know.
board somewhere.
Yeah, it's on the board somewhere.
Supported by the BIOS. So yes, we can natively supported run Windows 11 without jankiness. Or having, you can actually get any PC to do it with a like $5 or $10 USB thing.
Yeah, it just plugs into the one of the USB ports.
This is native support.
Not the actual USB port here, but on the motherboard USB port.
Right. Yeah, like a header.
Yep. Big difference.
Oh,
Well,
it's just tank.
it froze for a second, but the
Our
quality
bitrate-
got better overall
Our
for me.
bitrate is not looking super good.
It's probably
Well, the
kicking
quality's
back in.
the quality's better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Please
pause mine so I don't use bandwidth. Okay.
Although our upload here is actually pretty good.
We don't need SATA. I've got a PCIe dually. I'm gonna add a second one because it only has dualies.
And I'm just installing the SSDs.
Great. No Molex, no SATA power. Gonna stay in that box.
That's unfortunate. Here, throw away the trash and just fell out of the trash can. It's
Story
one
of
of
my
those
life.
days.
Yeah, story of my life. Alright. We'll plug it in and all. Put it in the case. After I remove the trash that Connor put up there.
Oh, yeah, did you mention that we put in fans already? I don't think
Yep,
we did.
fans are already installed. I know I read out the Optimos, but
Yeah.
they were pre-installed because Connor wants to go home.
Well, no, because it just takes you like 20 minutes to do it on stream, and I always feel
Oh.
bad. Because then you're like running around trying to do
Oh.
that, and then by the time I get this done, then you're like, oh, the power supply doesn't fit in yet.
I'm
you know?
taking this drive gauge out.
Oh, can you not fit the thing?
Well, you can, but like the cables bend to heck. Because they're like right there.
yeah, that's fair.
Those two thumbscrews.
No, it's just one of those things because I always feel bad because then I end up doing like the entire build, and you're just sitting there trying to like monologue about some random piece of technology or something.
Probably have it anyway.
I mean, it'll still happen, but at least I'm trying to mitigate that a little bit.
Yeah, I respect it. Oh yeah, there's foam on top of the drive gauge too.
Yeah,
Forgot
there's
about
film on
that.
top of the drive gauge.
Forgot about that. I'm gonna pull it out. Ugh. For these ancient technology with the drive gauges. Fan side up, fan side down. I'm thinking fan side up because this case has a lot of mesh or holes right there.
It's a lot of airflow.
Yeah, there's a lot of mesh and holes. So, if you're ever sure where it will be living, if you're ever not sure, it might be on dense carpet or something. Put the fan up. In general, it doesn't really matter. So,
No.
AMD announced, not yet released, their new graphics card. The first embargo about the model and stuff lifted in the specs. We'll see reviews next week, I think.
Oh shoot, really?
Yeah,
Like that too?
the 6600 or whatever. XT, I think.
Their name
but
is
it's-
pretty bad.
Yeah, but it's... well, I also just can't remember which ones they've released already because I didn't care about any of them because you can't buy them.
Yeah, there's a 6700. That's all
Yeah.
that I know.
It's a little bit better than the 3060, but it also costs more. It's $379 MSRP instead of $329.
So actual price is $700 and a kidney.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Can you hand me the Dark Rock box?
Yes, I can. Here you go.
Okay. I was like, and they probably need that. At least there's a backplate on this one.
True.
Last build there was not. Last build was
backplate?
Intel. Wasn't last build Intel?
Yes.
Yeah, there was no backplate.
You
It was a
did-
pain in the butt because I was
Great.
like, that's a frustration.
I had a ton of fun with that one.
This is a frustration.
This is a frustration. I had one exact frustrate.
Yeah, so this is AMD, the next build is Intel, and then we're going back to AMD.
Nice.
So I'm going to be absent.
So I was gonna say I won't be here next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Just kidding.
Hold on, let me unready up from the
Unready
event.
up?
Unready up from the event.
Breaker's office.
Good top cam.
Oh, sorry, no, we're not. Now we are.
Wow, you haven't been on top cam this entire time.
No, I have.
Should I tell them that we want the Stream Deck back?
Yeah, right.
Remember when we used to control the Stream Deck?
Yeah. Remember when we used to be in control?
Remember when we used to have graphics cards? I don't.
I remember when we actually had to build every week.
It honestly seems. No, it's not your fault. It honestly just seems like a fever dream now that you can just buy a graphics card whenever you want.
It's like what you mean you can walk into a store and buy it.
I've literally been out of college longer
See
than
the
it has
moral
been since I could
architect
just buy
behind
a
you.
graphics.
I mean, so that was actually my theory on why the Switch Pro was never released. Is because I think since they were going to be competing directly with all of the same chips and things like that, that
Yeah.
they just never did. So that's why they kind of curbed it the last second and called it the Switch
OLED.
and
Yeah.
just didn't actually
Although it's-
install the
Yeah.
thing.
It's Switch OLED is not a great deal.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I
Especially
think there was
if you
supposed to
get-
be a Switch Pro, but the market just wasn't there. So they're like, nah,
Yeah.
we're just going to hold off on it.
Yeah, the market's not there.
That's my theory, at least.
I
'Cause
mean-
Nintendo's usually pretty good about having stock.
Yeah. Well, there's still just issues with bottlenecks in chip manufacturing, regardless of who you are.
Yep.
Nintendo's not making their own chips.
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I think they were going to do a Switch Pro, and then they just never did because they just put
Yeah.
like clamshell packaging. That's new.
Nice and loud.
Yeah,
I guess it might be more environmental friendly. Don't know.
I don't think so.
Might be. I don't know. It's less resistant to like shock and stuff than foam. So. EVJ, if you're listening, I know you're not.
Sponsor.
Yeah, I was just saying, I know you're not.
I was gonna say, you're like, yeah, sponsor.
Go back to front cam.
Some guy added me on LinkedIn this past week who apparently he designs water coolers in China.
Ah, yes. Is his name Parks Newbie?
No.
Would not surprise me, to be honest.
He can do it.
He would be able to do it.
Peelies
What
off.
are you doing, Andrew?
I'm getting the peelies off. They're on each fan. I have like very little fingernail right now.
Nervous about something?
I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Installed the brackets on backwards. It was 50-50 shot at this point. I didn't even look at the manual because I was like, it would take more time to look at the manual than it would be to unscrew two more
Yes,
screws.
exactly.
And flip them around.
I found out this past week the lottery's 50-50. You either win or you don't.
True. Very true.
Yeah, this is
Gambling Hotline is...
So this cooler design is pretty standard for RTX. You got the blow through with the PCB there. Most of the component stuff is down here. Just a little bit of power up here.
So
It's basically that long.
so the text box is like entirely over your body. So
Oh,
nobody
okay.
Yeah, it is.
Can someone type like an emoji smiley face so it's on my chest?
It probably won't. I think it'll probably block it because it's spam.
Oh.
Actually, no. Chris doesn't have
No,
any
it's
spam
good.
bots in, so or any bots. So
I'm waiting for it to show. There it
Got
is.
you.
Let's see if I can get it like right on my nipple. I missed it. Oh. It's cooler.
Hey, there it is.
Yep.
Wait, what did I do?
What is that?
Power supply manual. Clarified English.
Alright, good luck. Alright. I'm gonna set that off to the side, that's off to the side, that's
Includes a
off to the
floppy
side.
drive connector.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it does not support motherboards with ISA expansion
C++.
slots.
With what?
ISA expansion slots. That's 486 error.
Okay. I was like, I say, is this strike awesome?
No, that is,
Yes.
it was a precursor to PCI
Like every time
and AGP.
Wait, it was before AGP?
Yes.
oh,
It's 16-bit ISA slots. They're very long and they have a lot of pins. Or not. Their pins are bigger than modern pins.
usually it is.
No, I'm gonna ignore that. Phone just went off and I didn't get a notification, so
So it's probably an unimportant app.
yeah, unimportant.
It's like Domino's saying like, hey, it's a 2 for $20 deal. I think it's
I
that.
think it was probably our camera system that we have. It doesn't send notifications to my watch, which is weird.
It does or doesn't?
It does not.
Oh, is it Blink?
Huh?
Blink?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I have to. I think you told me to buy it.
In the game back there.
I think that was a paid subscription now though.
I don't pay for it.
Do you not?
No.
No. Why?
What do you get for paying for it?
All the storage options and all that jazz.
I just,
And like app,
I
so you
haven't-
can actually review it.
I use like 5% of my storage, and it clears out the clips after a month.
Yeah, there's now a like paid subscription though.
No, I don't
You
have to pay
do.
for it. They haven't told
I'll
me to
look
pay,
into it.
They haven't told me to pay for it yet, and it still
I mean, that's
works.
fair. Do you get notifications when someone's
Yeah, motion alerts, yeah.
interesting?
As long as it still works, I'm gonna pay for it.
Another Be Quiet screwdriver.
Nice.
Did they change the color or were they always black?
They're always black.
No, they have like a.
No.
No, this is clear. That's different.
What do we?
Hand me that one. Look at the difference. Blue. You see the blue? Like the blue hue versus the clear?
Sort of. Oh, I see what you're talking. It's just a different.
it's a different like.
resin.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I do need one of those. As you are just messing around a little bit.
Yeah.
I do actually need one of those.
Mm.
Be quiet. How dare they? Changing the.
So, fun fact, more about shortages in computer components. The price of copper has gone up 85%, 90% a year compared to where it was. The
Hey,
same
lumber's
as,
coming down.
we don't use a lot of lumber in gaming computers.
We do not, but hey.
The similar can be said for stuff like aluminum, other major components in PCs. There's also the chip shortage, of course. The only metal, funnily enough, or component not used in computers that has gone down instead of up is gold.
Really?
Yep. So, but there's not a lot of gold in computers, very small amount. Oh, there's more peels. Gotta get
My
on there.
tripper is cleared out. I moved
I would have thought the gold would have gone up, but I mean that's also why I'm not an economist.
Yeah, I don't invest in gold. I mean, gold tends to always go up over time, but in the past year, it's gone up. Interesting. So, I don't know if that's people selling gold to buy survival supplies or
No, a lot of people actually like survivalists would buy gold because that's
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm
actually, like,
saying.
precious metal kind
Yeah.
of thing,
Yeah. But the same
Maybe
people,
that's why
the
people
same
were-
people who own the gold are the ones buying survival supplies.
True.
Well, but yeah, so expect the graphics card situation to extend well into 2022 was the last
Right.
the last expert opinion I saw.
Oh yeah, I mean Nvidia even commented on that. When they are like, yeah, don't expect our supply lines to get all figured out until 2022 at the minimum.
Yeah, like well into it, like Q2.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Super duper.
So everyone's gonna start gaming on APUs now. I mean, I'm using a 3060 right now. It feels like APU compared to.
The 3060 Ti actually works pretty well.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah,
That's
Christmas
not-
fault.
that's the worst.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's still a 3060, and mostly I've been playing Overwatch and RuneScape, so I think I'm okay.
Yeah, you're probably fine. Man, that RuneScape's probably hitting that really hard.
Hey, RuneLite has a GPU plugin. I'll have you know, so I can get my 50 frames a second over the GPU
You're 50.
of like whatever.
It doesn't even break a sweat.
Yeah, no,
It's just like,
it's a Java game from literally like 2004. So
Yeah.
it's okay.
You want me to turn on the fan? Nah.
Running that, the 5600X. It's modest, but it works really well.
Imagine the 5600X is probably working harder than the GPU.
Yeah, I think so. Unless I'm watching a YouTube
I think
video.
Open YouTube is probably even more intensive than that.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I was just checking. That's good. So the on 3000 series cards, it's important for memory to be actively cooled on these cards, which this one has it touching. It has a thermal pad touching the copper cold plate. And I see it in there. Probably not on stream, but
Yeah, probably.
take my word for it.
I can confirm
But a
you
lot of-
cannot see it. It's fuzzy.
A lot of the cheaper OEM cards like Dell, making 3060s and stuff, they'll just have the memory just not cooled at all. It's not touching a thermal pad or anything, which is very bad for GDDR6. It overheats fast and lifespan is affected.
I completely
Oh,
forgot
come on.
about
That'd be nice.
So-
I was thinking
so-
What will
about
you learn?
There's a peel on the
I
back of
have
this.
a nice card from
That's
UVGA.
definitely not really
Oh, yeah.
Probably gonna be good.
Yeah, it's a big.
Because like small bugs and stuff, you know, they might be.
When will you learn?
I forgot that this one has a peel on the back of the I/O bracket.
Yeah.
I-O.
I'm just gonna kind of hope that I can get
There
the
was
majority
a
of it off.
motherboard who had a peel. I-O.
Yes, I was able to.
Nice.
Even though that makes no sense because that's literally just a normal plastic, like not even shiny surface.
You don't want to get scratched?
I mean, yeah, sure, I guess.
It's almost like a brush.
No, it's actually. It's
Oh,
like
not.
it's like a normal, like
Ah.
textured plastic.
It's ROG. It's premium, okay?
Yes.
Do you like how I pre-ran the cables for you to their?
Yeah, I actually pre-ran some of these cables, but then they fell out
Oh,
when,
yeah.
when we like flopped the case over, and I was like, ah,
That makes a
well,
lot
oh
more
well.
sense. Yep, I'm not as
That's how it
genius
is.
as I thought I was
It
in
is what it is. Yeah.
Alright, I
C'est
have
la
to
vie,
check
c'est
out
bien.
though. Is there anything I missed?
Is that actually what that saying means?
No, I don't know.
I was about to say, I was like, wow.
I know if you spell the word socks, it sounds like you're saying it is what it is in Spanish. S-O-C-K-S.
Worst case
Interesting.
scenario. I can
What?
actually do that.
Spell socks like you put on your feet.
Worst case scenario, I-
Yeah, you said it is what it is in Spanish.
Really big.
Apparently.
Oh,
Allegedly, as
Isn't
you're
that-
actually
isn't
just
that-
cursing out our Spanish on
Yeah,
it.
no,
so-
no. Isn't it cool? You can just spell socks.
Oh, okay.
And if you spell Jesus backwards, it sounds like sausage. Sausage.
Ah, yes.
I can
And
say
you're
that.
coming out with the completely random minutia.
Yeah, you can tell I'm getting bored. That's a good one to bring up in church on Sunday. Sausage. Sausage.
You can tell that I'd be bored.
Just watch a car plug in connectors. Little plug in the GPU.
There's lots of
And then,
connectors.
well, yeah, actually he'll put the cooler on before I plug in the GPU.
Probably.
Unless he doesn't like his knuckles today. Actually, with this, it's not bad.
This one's not bad,
Probably
yeah.
just go through it. But you gotta hold the screw.
This premium motherboard does not have a little thing that you plug in, so I have to now manually plug
You
these
can-
stupid things
You
in.
can like make your own block and then just plug them in all at once.
We need to like 3D print those. Even though they're
Yeah,
probably
but it's,
too thin of
It's
walls.
different
so,
depending on
like-
the motherboard brand.
Yeah.
That number feels like it's accurate.
And
but I
I've got
have
some
no
small
idea.
nozzles, but it would be pretty brittle.
I learned today that there's actually ruby nozzles for 3D
Doesn't
printers.
surprise me. If you're using any sort of like wood, like PLA or glow in the dark, is especially bad. It's abrasive on brass nozzles, which
Yep.
is standard nozzles.
Yep, that's exactly.
You can get some harder.
No, they're like.
Because
I'm trying to remember
there's a
what the
company
standard-
that
there might be
came out.
steel ones.
Yeah,
There's a
they're
company that
saying
came out
ice.
which is actually super cool. Hold on, let me.
Yeah.
Pluses. I'm not sorry.
Yeah,
Um,
that's when I meant that.
And they actually do 80% like bronze filament,
Yeah.
and then you put it in a kiln and you actually like burn
There's
out
also
the plastic.
carbon fiber
Yeah.
filament.
Yeah, but that one was really cool. But the issue was if you did a brass nozzle, it would just literally eat through the nozzle.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
The
was
the
it was an oops.
tricky part with making
By
a
the
tough
time I
nozzle
actually was
is
able to get to
metals that are usually thermally conductive, what you want, are usually very soft, like gold, copper, bronze.
Yep.
So you need a good balance of strength and thermal conductivity.
This is a quick build. It's not even 6:30.
Oh, don't worry, it'll go wrong.
Yeah.
It will-
Just wait.
Stop it.
It will boot.
I feel like it paid
Stop.
off though, because I felt it was good for today. But I'll get to bed on time in the future. Obviously,
That was weird.
a problem.
Android 11, everyone. Ooh, Chromebook has an update ready. Should I update it?
Yeah,
No.
right now.
Oh, this updates end September 2021.
Yes,
You also
I know.
Show up to the voice call.
I know.
end the life. Is that for Chrome OS or just this model?
That one.
Okay. I don't.
All of Chroma.
This is
If I'm
the
not
only
in
place I've
office,
ever used a Chromebook or Chrome OS, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to take that.
I haven't used it.
Statement was made.
Don't take it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I wonder if we can install Linux on this puppy.
You probably could.
Hannah Montana Linux.
What?
It's a thing.
It
Look
is a
up.
thing, actually.
It hasn't been updated in like 10 years, but it's a thing.
I did actually know that before this moment.
Yeah, yeah, I've installed it before.
alright, I'm gonna head home.
Yep,
It's
Hannah
very
Montana
old.
Linux is a thing.
It's very old, but it is good. I think it's 32-bit only. I don't think there's 64-bit.
Alright, see ya.
That gives you any frame of reference.
Gonna uncable
Oh,
manage some
no,
of your things.
We keep buffering.
Yeah, this has not been a good stream.
What are you talking about? It's been phenomenal.
It's been
Complain
quiet.
to Spectrum.
It's been really nice and quiet, but the quality is just terrible.
Is it Spectrum Business? Is that who the internet is?
Yeah. We have like a 400 by 100.
Up to. You really have 4 by 0.5.
True.
This wouldn't even work on 45.
Well, it's not really working, so.
Fair.
I think, what is it, 5 megabits per second for a 1080p stream?
Yep.
It's 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just fine.
10.
Well, that's like what you need, technically.
Yeah, that's the like.
If you
bare
want some
minimum.
wiggle room, yeah, 10's good. But I think 4K is 15 or 20 megabit, which makes sense because a 4K is 4 times the pixels of 1080p roughly.
Yep. But the fun fact is 8K is actually 16 4K monitors put together. 4 by 4.
No.
I thought it was
No,
Yeah,
it's, you know, it's 16
1080p.
1080p.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 4 times more when you jump up a res.
It's all non-standard anyway. It's all just advertising.
Yes, it is. They're like, we're just gonna call this now magically 8K.
Yeah.
16K.
There's also a difference between gigabytes and gigabytes. That's another one.
What?
Gigabyte versus gigabyte. So if you see GB, capital GB, gigabyte, GIB is a gigabyte, which is not the same as a gigabyte. So gigabytes and kilobyte, kilobytes and
Is it all just to try to like deceive?
sort of. So gigabytes is base 10 instead of base 2. So 1,000 megabytes, whatever that is, would be 1 gigabyte. But gigabyte. But 10,024 megabytes is a gigabyte. So it's base 10 versus base 2. And this is basically just a disagreement between like device manufacturers and marketers and Windows and people who make OSs.
Right.
So
That's interesting.
yeah, but if you advertise something in gigabytes, you have to put less like flash on it, because 1,000 gigabytes is less than 1,000 gigabytes.
Oh, so there's not really a point to do it. Or to advertise it because people are going to see the bigger number of.
No, I mean,
Anyway.
yeah, there is a point in gigabytes because it looks like you're getting more, but you're not. Or it looks like you're getting the same amount, but it's actually less.
Interesting.
But then there's also formatting overhead and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
and trim reserved. Yeah. Marketing.
On today's lesson of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did I install my 1 terabyte drive and only have 912 gigabytes usable?
Overhead.
Yeah, it's yeah. So one is converting like gigabytes to gigabytes. One is trim, reserve space for moving data around on SSDs. And then there's also some sectors that are just reserved in case some die. Oh, good.
This is casual.
It's just,
Alright. Back is done.
nice.
Easy. Easy.
Don't grow.
Can't say that.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
you can't say
trademarked.
that. That's trademark.
That's
Chris.
trademarked.
That's why I didn't say it.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm sure
but
that
you
they're
didn't
not
say
watching.
beautiful. He didn't say beautiful, so you didn't say the whole
That's
trademark.
I'm sure that they're not watching our stream.
DMCA is always watching.
DMCA is always watching.
Yeah, XQC, do you know who that is?
Yep.
Yeah, he got banned from Twitch earlier this week for rewatching clips from the Olympics on his stream.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You can tell I'm tired because I just tried to unscrew.
No.
I just tried to unscrew these two screws. I was like, wow, those are.
You keep doing that.
I was like, oh,
Colin.
that's a heat pad.
You keep
Or
trying.
not a heat pad, a heat pipe.
You keep trying to unscrew those. I'm going home.
Right?
Let me know when you get it.
One day,
Bust
just
up-
hey, I got it.
Bust out the Dremel.
Killed the cooler.
I'll make my own screw holes.
Oh god. I have to call the customer. Be like, so gotta kill the cooler.
So your cooler's a little broken up.
It's a little.
You'll have to blow gently into your case to cool the CPU.
I mean, it's only one heat pipe. There's six. There's 6 more. Like that would be fine.
Yeah.
Probably.
No, there is no probably. That would be fine.
Yeah, we saw what Dell was putting on the 5800X. We'll be okay. Oh yeah, I got the peel off.
Yeah, doing it the old way of like trying to like fish in the screws and all that jazz.
Yeah.
It makes this so much easier now that we know what we're actually like doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wow, you mean I'm supposed to be able to install this cooler in like
Yeah.
30 seconds, not 14 minutes.
But there's no thermal paste pre-applied. You gotta take 5 seconds to
Yeah,
put
yeah,
it on there.
and they only give you exactly enough.
Yeah,
and
they're a
even
little
at that,
stingy
they're-
with thermal paste nowadays. Back in my day,
back in.
you get a whole tube and use it for the next 5 years.
There it goes. I was like, come on, catch.
Next time I change CPUs or coolers, I might get one of those reusable thermal pads for CPUs.
They're not great.
They perform slightly worse, but they're reusable and less messy.
I mean, this is true.
I mean, I also have a 5600X on a 280mm AIO, so I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, I think
Probably.
you'll be fine.
Jeez.
A little overcooked one. Well, I had a 3700X before, so. Let's get that middle fan installed, and then we'll throw in the graphics card here.
No.
You say no?
They said, oh.
Oh, they said no. I was like, okay.
No, denied.
No graphics cards. But this CPU doesn't have onboard video, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no graphics, period.
Nintendo said no graphics.
Alright, let me take a guess on which one of these is
Ooh.
the correct one.
50-50 chance.
It really is. I've lost one 50-50 today.
Yeah. So that means you're gonna win the other one, right?
Yeah.
It's like gambler style. See.
No, I know. I gotta go play the lottery, because obviously that's a 50-50.
If you go back to that casino, do the martingale strategy.
The martingale strategy.
Yeah. Every time you lose, you double up your bet from last time until you win,
Yes.
and then you reset your first bet.
This is true.
You don't actually win money using that, but it's a strategy people use.
Yeah, I mean, it's a strategy to just play. Hey, I was right.
Let's see if the internet's any. Oh no, it's a little
Maybe that's
pixely.
what people.
It's a little pixely in here. That's okay.
That's actually an interesting strategy. I've never heard of that.
Yeah. I don't do a ton of gambling, but I read about that strategy.
Also, apparently, we're getting 23 up.
And presumably that strategy only works on, like, I would imagine card games.
I don't know.
Because it would not work on a...
I mean, it doesn't really work anywhere. That's kind of the point.
well,
But, like,
nah, it would work on, like, blackjack.
I mean, in theory,
It wouldn't
would
work on, like, a slot machine.
No, in
because
theory it would.
On a slot machine?
Yeah, why not? Because you're just doubling the amount you're staking, so when you do win, you won back what you lost, right?
No.
Yeah.
Not on slot machines.
Well, no, you can.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah,
but
but yeah, anyway.
this is not gambling
Yeah.
advice.
It could be.
It could be.
So I'll go ahead and reintroduce the build since Hunter's almost done with that. So it says Fresh Creation Stations is a kitchen and bath design workstation, primarily for use in Chief Architect X13, which can now take
Advantage.
Thank you. Words are hard.
I know what you're going
Take
for.
advantage of RTX graphics for ray trace lighting and such. So it's centered on a 12-core Ryzen 9 5900X processor and a RTX 3070 8GB, along with 32 gigs of RAM, dual NVMe drives, and lots of other good parts that we use often.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's stuff we always use.
Yeah.
Just
you're not wrong.
good stuff.
It's the stuff.
Isn't that we used to like fill holes in houses?
The
There's
what?
something called like the stuff in a spray can that it's expanding foam.
That does not surprise me. That would not. Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure it's called like the good stuff foam. Great stuff.
The great stuff.
Insulating foam sealants. That's really called great stuff. It's made by DuPont.
Alright.
Now we know.
Tossing that on
Alright.
over to you. Want to clean up a little bit.
Install the graphics card. While Connor lives his childhood fantasy beanie crew.
Yes. I have a lot of respect for garbage men.
Yeah, I do too.
Like, I could not imagine doing that job on a daily basis.
Especially days like today, right?
For those of you that do not know, it is 95 degrees with probably a feels like temperature of over 100 guaranteed.
It was 95 when we started. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Plastic cat.
Yes.
it's 97 now actually.
Saw that.
Oh, it's 97 now?
It's 97 now according to my watch.
Wonderful.
You can start your fancy car from up here and get it all nice and cold.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, that's actually, I'm not joking about that.
Oh no, I mean, don't worry. It only takes like 2 minutes. I should have pulled this cable out better before. There it goes. So as recommended with higher end 3000 series cards, we're using 2 separate PCI Express power cables.
Are we?
Yes. For 37. Well, they're both dual harnesses, but I'm only using one connector each. Because they can actually draw too much amperage over one cable / connector.
If you're maxing it out. At
Yeah,
100%.
it's very unlikely, especially with the 3070, but
3080, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
You also want-
3090, absolutely.
yeah, it doesn't hurt at all to do this, so we're just being safe if I can get these +2s to stick.
So you have double the size
So
of the
the
phone.
stream is now fine. Like, of course, at the end.
Yeah.
But
Who said it was the end? We're
Still
just
hasn't posted yet.
I sure hope it's the.
It still
Oh.
hasn't posted yet, Chris.
we're just getting started now. Just kidding.
We got 14 more builds lined up tonight.
14.
14. We're not going home until we finish all of them.
14 builds in how much time?
Much those right there.
Yep. That was the plan.
I'll probably zip tie one of those later, but for now.
There's still no power cable down here.
Still?
Yeah, you have to use the one from that one that you have on here, right?
Oh. I could like unplug the Chromebook thing, but it might die instantly. It's also very short.
Yeah, that one's very short.
Chris, do you have one over there? That's
Yeah.
handy. I mean, if it's not handy, don't worry about it.
I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna leave this one wrapped up.
Somewhere.
Remember with your cable management.
It's all good.
I lost power cables.
I threw away all the zip ties.
Oh, I still need to screw in the GPU. Let me do that. It's important.
It's suggested, you know.
Yeah, it'd actually be fine. Is this system shipping?
Oh,
No.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
it'd
why
be
I was
fine.
like, it's fine.
Yeah, totally.
Just like gets a random call. Hey, yeah, so my graphics card kind of like fell out.
It ripped out the slot with it. Alright, there we go.
What does it look like? Well, I don't know actually.
Here.
What kind of underhand toss was that?
It got there.
Did Kevin Sutton teach you nothing?
He never taught me because I was in the same year.
Oh.
You didn't learn anything from him,
Yeah.
obviously.
There are
I
very
did.
clear rules on tossing. Eye contact, no sharp objects, underhand only.
This is very true.
We went to school together.
Alright. Let's see. Look at that.
I was gonna say I could very well could have put the power cable in wrong.
We got lights.
We got the EVGA.
Yep. Is there a postcode display?
I think there's the Andrew up top.
Up top?
Up top beside the cooler.
I can't see it over there. Does it look like it's moving?
It's going back and forth, yeah. White.
Okay. Let me know if it stops.
Still on white.
I guess I can turn
Just
the
like
machine.
lounging out.
Yeah,
Get that.
It's way over there in the corner.
the green one says boot, so that means it's booted to BIOS.
I see white.
White is VGA, but there's no display plugged in.
Got it.
Yay. And the group's on, so there goes it. Alright, so
Yeah.
this is this has been Fresh Creation Station. I'm gonna see who's doing it again. I know he's waiting. If you enjoyed watching this build, make sure to follow us on Twitch and catch all our builds. We have 2 next week. Count them.
I'm glad that didn't have water in
Whoa.
it. Oh, it did have water in it.
Yes!
Oh, on the phone.
On the phone too.
We have 2 builds next week. We're totally
That was a
professional.
great throw, by the way. I'm sorry, Andrew.
Make sure to follow us on Facebook as well, like our page, Top Flight Computers, and check us out at topflightpc.com. You can check out all our past builds there as well with their galleries and pictures, and get your own quote for your own system if you're interested. Other than that, I believe we will see you guys on Monday.
Monday. Monday fun day. Goodbye.